I would like to explain a bit of the existing or the last version of the ITIL certification that was in place and the career path that it encapsulated in. So the last version was version 3, which was introduced in 2011. So firstly, the pointer which you can see on the top right corner in the presentation, so whenever you see this, just keep in mind that this is something that has been added on and should be taken in sufficient quantity. So starting with the sorting of, we have the foundation course. Previously we have version 3, now we have version 4. It has 2 credits. And so in version 3 career pathway, there were 2 options to choose from. First, the ITIL4 Foundation course. You could have chosen the life cycle modules or capability career path to move on to the intermediate level. The capability career path that have 4 modules to choose from, the operation support and the analysis firstly, then service offering and agreements and release control and validation, and lastly the planning, production and optimization. So each of these modules we did certification exams and or 4 credits each, which were a pathway to the ITIL expert level, just managing across the life cycle. Before you move on to the expert level, you have the practitioner exam. So that was for 3 credit hours. So once you're done with the intermediate, the 2 credits from the foundation, then the intermediate practitioner, the cumulative prerequisite of 17 or more credits from an hour under your ITIL qualifications team. So thus you were eligible for the expert level examination, which is itself was 5 credit hours. So now moving on to the other stream, that is the life cycle one. The life cycles had 3 credits each, and modules are first service strategy, then we have this service design, the service transition, service operation and continual service improvement. So are all different phases of that clockwork. So it works like a cycle, and it had all these 5 components within it. And so the service life cycle included the strategy, design, transition, operation and improvement, and has now been changed to something different, which can become 2 in the next slide. But these modules were 3 credit hours each and would lead up to the ITIL expert level, that is managing across life cycle, if you have accumulated a prerequisite of 17 credits. So 2 from the foundation, 3 from the practitioner, and the remainder, let's say 12 or 13, are from the combination of the different modules from either the life cycle stream or the capability stream. What it ends up at the foothills of the managing across life cycle. So that is the ITIL expert, which itself holds 5 credits, be added on to your certification pathway if you move on to the master level. So ITIL master is about a certification exam. Once you become an ITIL expert, after carrying the managing cross life cycle certification exam, you have to implement all the life cycles of the service, the ITIL service management within the organization for a year. So it's just like working on a project. Submitting then you have to submit your thesis once the project work is done, and then a thesis is reviewed by the board of your professor or the line manager. In this case, this is going to be a body, an assessment body in Exelos, then are going to review your findings and the project report that you have made after implementation of that ITIL across an organization throughout all the life cycles of that service management for 1 complete year. Once all that is reviewed, you would be providing ITIL master certificate. So now moving on, So that was the stream for the version 3. Now we are going to go ahead and discuss how things work and how the things work are now designed in the version 4. So the ITIL Foundation is still at the very infancy state. It's very new to this career path. So the foundation course and now the intermediate practitioner level, we have 3 different streams that you can choose from. The first stream is the specialist one, where you have created delivery and the support model, followed by the drive stakeholder value model, and lastly the high velocity IT model. So the use of the strategy things, you have a direct plan and improve module, which leads to either the managing professional or the strategy leader, even whichever you want to see or you want to use. And lastly, the leading stream, the leader stream has the digital and the IT strategy module in it. Now all of these 3 streams of words from the foundation level, that is specialist, strategy, and the leader, lead to the 2 ITIL experts qualification, which are now termed as either the managing professional or the strategic leader, whichever you want to pick and choose from. Now if you see at this, ITIL master remains the same. So there is no actual difference in the term of the acquiring or achieving of the certificate of this ITIL master itself, but there is a difference in terms of the pathway that you can pick and choose from. So if you can move ahead and see the arrows that are pointing towards the different life cycles. So ITIL Foundation just at the beginning, and then we have the same credits, that is 3, which can also be used at the ITIL Foundation, and you can also utilize those version 3 credits to the ITIL expert level as well. Now within these modules, you have different streams that can be shown with this arrow within them. So you have almost 17 plus version 3 credits or for the ITIL expert. So if you can choose of these from the foundation level, you can pick and choose from any of these streams, which leads to either the demanding profession or the strategic depth, and vice versa. So if you are coming from the top to the bottom, as you can see from the arrows that are coming from the top to the bottom, this is the prediction of it. So if you want to become an ITIL, let's say a managing professional, so this is the transition that you have in between the expert and the master. So you can pick and choose from the specialist course and a combination of the strategy or the leaders, which would lead up to the demanding professional. Or what you can do is you can go onto the strategic leader part, which is the next one, and one can choose from the strategy or the leader and move upwards to the stream as well. So moving ahead, I would like to say a few objectives of this course. So that is, the content is known to everyone participating in it. So primarily, as I explained, the ITIL idea is to give you comprehensive knowledge on IT services management, what terminology we use in the regular market practice, how they are structured, and operate the basic concepts, so that you can or you could comprehend the principles of the IT practice and the services management and the implementation them in your organization, or make use of them as a professional IT professional. So that in the first objective. Secondly, obviously some people are going to go ahead for the certification exam. So the idea is to enable you to prepare for it and to set the examination of the ITIL4 Foundation, hopefully for passing the exam in your first attempt. So a question that usually or regularly asked from different people is that how IT services management or the ITIL framework works. So my question is that, are you in any way related to the field of the IT in itself? So if the answer is yes, then most definitely this course is for you. So the best part about this ITIL is that this course is vendor neutral. It's not like any other certification program or training program that you can get from for other, like the Microsoft, the CompTIA, or the NetApp, or the Cisco. All of those, it's not like that. So it's been neutral, applicable, and across all so this modules of IT services applicable at all organization, making use of the IP services, and the most importantly, does not require any prior knowledge of ITIL. Yes, you don't need any prior knowledge in it. So if you are an IT professional who wants to adopt an IT services, ITIL services, so this program is very much for you. And if you are not an IT professional who is making use of the some IT services and wants to enhance on the continual improvement plan or the business improvement application at your organization, so this program is for you. So if you are an IT professional and you are trying to implement ITIL at your organization, so if you are trying to enhance or understanding the ITIL service management for the root level up, so this program is most definitely for you. So that is about the objectives and the content of this course. So now moving on, just to give a quick recap on how this certification exam is going to work out. So ITIL4 Foundation certification exam is a closed book exam. So you will have multiple choice format in it, from which you have to pick and choose from, which is the correct answer. So you have 1 hour to complete this exam. So for those of you who do not have this English or as your native language, so you might get 15 extra minutes, but you have to consult with the training organization or the examination body for that matters to make the provision for you, so that you can take that examination additional time as well. So there are 40 questions, multiple choice questions. There's no negative marking. You have to attempt all of them, and the minimum passing score is 26 correct answers, which is 65%. So this, as I explained in our previous slide, which is not the prerequisite for the other streams in the intermediate practitioner explore and the master strings that any one of you would like to choose from, the enhance your professional opportunities in that career path. So you need to get through this. This is just one certification program, and then you have the others which are divided into multiple levels, but at the foundation level you just have to clear this ITIL4 exam. Foundation level, one exam which you need to complete within given time with the required percentage for the correct answer.